thy torch, boy, hence and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yon yew trees lay thee all along, holding thine ear close to the hollow ground. So shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose, unfirm, with digging up of graves, but thou shalt hear. Whistle then to me, as signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers, do as I bid thee, go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Me say, sing, baby, since we've been together.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe, thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will dew. Or, wanting that, with tears distilled by moans, the obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight? To cross my obsequies in true love's right? What with the torch? Muffle me night a while.
Give me the mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning, deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. While I descend into this bed of death, it is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence, be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pry, in what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable foul, than empty tigers o'er the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show thy friendship. Take thou that. Live and be prosperous. Farewell, good friend.
For all the same, I'll hide hereabout. For his face I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorge with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and despite I'll cram thee with more food.
This is that banished holy Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died. And he is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man, fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone, let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone, by heaven I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live and hereafter say a madman's mercy, bid thee run away.
I do defy thy combination, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
A day, a brighter day, when all the shadows will fade away. That day I'll cry that I believe, that I believe.
Oh Lord, they fight. I'll go call the watch.
The sun now embraces.
Oh, I'm slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Leave me with Juliet.
In faith I will. Let me peruse his face, Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so, or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing him talk of Juliet?
to think it was so. Oh, give me thy hand. One writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave? Oh no, a lantern. Slaughtered youth, but here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou here, by a dead man interred. How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning, oh my love, my wife? Death that hath sucked the honey of my breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art now conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, liest thou there in thy bloody sheet? Oh, what more favor can I do thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain, to surrender his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsustainable death is amorous, and that the lean-arbored monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chamber's maids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh you, the doors of breath, sealed with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct from this unsavory guide, thou desperate plot, now at once run on the dashed rocks, thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick.
Saint Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bless be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls? As I discern, it burneth in the capel's monument.
It doth so, holy sir. There is my master, the one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
A full half hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir, and my master knows, but I am gone hence, and fearfully did menace me with death, if I did stay to look on his intents.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill upthrifty thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought, and that my master slew him.
Romeo! Alack, alack, what blood is this, which stains the stony entrance of the sepulchre? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo! Oh, pale, who else? What, Paris too? And steeped in blood? Ah, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable fire. Is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where's my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go, get hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup close in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all, and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips, haply some poison will doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy. Which way?
This is the place, there where the torch doth burn.
Yeah, noise? Then I'll be brief. O happy dagger, this is thy sheath. The rust, and let me die.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you. Where you find, attach. Painful sight. Here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead. Who here hath lain these 2 days buried? Go tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues, some others search. We see the ground whereon these woes do lie, but the true ground of all these piteous woes we cannot carry without circumstance descry.
Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here's a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We took this mattock and this spade from him, as he was coming from this churchyard side.
Great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo and some Juliet and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open this dead man's tomb. Oh heavens, oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath mistaken, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and it's missheathed on my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, the sound of death is as a bell that warns my old age into a sepulchre.
Come unto you, for thou art early up to see thy son, on air now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what matters is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general for your woes, and lead you even to death. Meantime, forbear, and let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I'm the greatest, able to do the least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge, myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as it is a tedious tale.
Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed, and would have married her perforce, to County Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage, or in my cell there she would kill herself.
Then I gave her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as this dire night, to help to take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone, at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell, till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came, some minute ere the time of her awakening, he untimely lay, the noble Paris, and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth, and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me, but, as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy. And if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before this time unto the rigor of the severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua, to this same place and this same monument. This letter he early bid me to give his father, and threatened me with death going in the vault, if I departed not and left him there.
Give me the letter, I will look on it. Where is the county's page that raised the watch? Sirrah, what made your master in this place? He came with the flowers to strew his lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, so I did. Anon comes one with the light to open the tomb, and by my master drew on him, and then I ran away to call the watch. This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of their death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to his vault and die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. We're all punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more than I can demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set, as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's be in his lady's lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
The blooming peace this morning with it brings, the sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and Romeo.